sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Yeah. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Yeah. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh. Please fill my cup.
Sean. How many times, Sean? For real. Hey! Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Just here talking to my good old buddy Sean. Watching price dump here on the 6 minute after that nice little pump up. 64,500-ish, something through there. Hanging around 64,400 right now. That's kind of cool. Couldn't make that higher high, could we? Will we get another chance? I'm telling ya. I find this wick very interesting, how it just came all the way back down to the area close to our moving averages right there, left to the left there. It's a nice little support resistance area, it looks like. And it just kind of wicked down there. Now, what gets wicked often gets candlestick. That's a rumor. That's a saying, a rule of thumb to maybe go by, but it doesn't have to play out that way. It makes me think, wow, they really wanted to clear out a lot of things like stop losses or something. Huh. Is this a reversal? I'm on the 6-minute chart, man. I mean, we can read it. There's no bearish divergence. It's like the normal divergence saying, hey man, it just looks like we went up and made a high, and hopefully we can make a higher low when we might be onto something. Signs are saying that. Moving averages are saying, hey man, we might be onto that. Ichimoku Cloud's like on crack. She's ready to go. I don't know what she's talking about. She's so excited. I don't even want to talk to her right now because she's just out there. Meanwhile, well, all those little shorter term moving averages on this small time frame look kind of juicy. We got Miss Lucy up here doing what Miss Lucy loves to do best. Oh yeah, every time we think we got a break and we're going to the moon, on this Bitcoin moon night or last night, we got a full moon out there. I think it's a strawberry moon. Not sure. We got Lucy just sitting right up here, that little devil girl on that 666 moving average. I know it's crazy, but it seems to have some kind of say in this market, if I would to say that. Sometimes when she's above price, she just likes to slap that little sucker right back down. Teach it a lesson or two, who's boss. You gotta sweet talk her. You gotta approach her kind of nice. Takes more than one time to approach her sometimes, and you gotta kind of sweet talk her. Eventually, she'll let you pass a little bit, and let you go out and have some fun. And won't keep you in this prison bear market that we've been in, watching our portfolios bleed to death. Our look, cat ears, we're going to drop and go down. What? Lucy does wear cat ears, by the way, but may we take a look at a time frame that actually kind of matters a little bit more, like maybe a daily time frame? Might we be able to do that? See this, we're kind of in a range area. If you want to look at it as a range, I would look at it as a range. All the Wyckoffonians were hoping for this to be a spring, and quite honestly, I was hoping to be a spring too, because I just wanted us to get out of this area and just go ahead and moon. I'm a little impatient. I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of want this bull market. I want to see my bags pump. They've been packed for a long time, man. We did the whale strategy on this channel back when we had the dumps, and through that whole bear market, and before Bitcoin hit 15,000 and after Bitcoin hit 15,000 and came up all through there, altcoins and Bitcoins, trying to build some bottom positions. In retrospect, I think even that was probably a little bit too early. I'll change my strategy next cycle. More focused on Bitcoin, altcoins come a little later. But my little degen couldn't help all those juicy prices with that all dry powder that I had saved up just for those that special occasion. So ended up with lots of moon bags and bags that projects that I'm not really sold on. Probably change that strategy too. I've been reflecting a lot of things I would do a little bit differently, but I'm not bitching about what I've done, because I've made improvements each year and each cycle I've been in this market, learning from past mistakes, and that's just what we got to do to grow as traders and investors. We want to be investors because that's where they're going to make the biggest gains. I'm just being honest with you. If you get in, especially if you were here at the times when we were. And even now, there's some great opportunities. And I believe that some of these altcoins are back at those position building levels. Wow. And I've been building some bigger positions at some of those levels. It's not a foolproof strategy by any means, because we got to keep in mind what's going on in the world, which, if you start looking at some of those charts, there might be some scary signs. So you might want to keep it real and not just only look at crypto, but look at some other things going on in the world, because I'm saying everything affects crypto. Might be good for Bitcoin, may not be so good for your altcoins though. So let's keep that idea out there. What I don't want to see is for some country to start working toward going to war, or World War III, or anything to put the U.S. into war, and this is a state of emergency, and we have to, can't have the elections because we're in a state of war, a state of emergency, postpone things, and see crazy stuff start popping off over here, because that would not go over well. Nobody here wants war. So there could be, you know, I'm not trying just y'all, this world's been crazy the last 4 years. We even got aliens, we even got UFOs out there now. Government saying, yep, we don't know what they are, but yep. When the pandemic hit, I said, what's next? Aliens? And I hope that I'm not I hope I'm not calling that, but you know, they kind of like to hit us to where it's not so much that well, it's a profitable business, that war stuff, you know. That stuff is very expensive. The big players are big countries with big money, and very lucrative business, that war stuff. I'm not really for it. This channel's not about it. This channel's about crypto. It's about getting money so that we can get out of their little system. All right, we can get out of their little system and we can reclaim our freedom that's slowly being eroded from us. So being in crypto is the people's money, is what it's becoming, especially Bitcoin. Love Bitcoin. Nice up and comer is Caspa, I think. One to look at. There'll be several up and comers, I believe. Anyway, looking on the daily, what do we got? We got this beautiful green dot printing here on Market Cipher, so it's giving it to go. Any other indications on Market Cipher I would see that would be the green light would be, well, stochastics are looking nice. You know, it's not quite past the area I believe that we needed to get up above. Stochastics is 20 and 80% is that percent area. If you're looking, I'm looking at stochastics on Market Cipher. It looks different from the regular stochastics, but this one puts a lot of squeezes, 5 little indicators all at once, and I kind of like it. Or BMC, the free version. We got to go ahead on the green dot. Stochastics look like they might be flipping up. Of course, they might just bounce around here. We never know. Biggest say, money flow is still deep in the red. Now, we're not seeing what we need out of money flow. Money flow is where the real action happens on this indicator, if you ask my opinion. That's when you're more likely for your bullish patterns or bullish setups to work when it's in the green. It's more likely to work in your favor, less likely to work in your favor when it's in the red. You know, when she starts floating back up toward this zero line, it gets a little bit more promising, but it's not really, you're not really blessed by the Market Cipher money flow thing until it's actually in the green like it was over here. That's what we want. We want to see this flip green, or this, you know, this little red bar right here flip green. It's a shortcut, right? But that's kind of neat. Now notice also it's also got a bigger, it's got another green dot down here. Now that one's supposed to be more significant, and that it's supposed to mean that we're close to reversing here. So interesting. Definitely the wave is definitely deep. So I'm welcoming any bullish news for Bitcoin. I really am, because there's just been so bearish and this morning lately, getting rejected up here. And if you're shorting, which I'm not trying to short Bitcoin in a bull market, I'm not really trying to do that too much. But I mean, there are a lot of people, that's a big part of their strategy, is shorting. Great zone hasn't been for about 5 times so far. At some point it will not be, and that strategy will no longer work. But I got this red level here about 65 too. I think that corresponds over here. Is it on this chart? I really want to mark the monthly. I think I want to mark the monthly over here. For our last one, our monthly candle, our last monthly candle in the last cycle that it closed at was 60,000. Okay, so if we're looking for a bottom area to actually have to go down and retest, I believe that would be the area, if we start seeing some more downside, that we should find some support. These areas over here are our recent monthly tops. And if we put a line there and lock it in, because I'd want to do that, make it big fat, so I can remember what it is. All right, so if we do that, and there's even a lower one, I mean, we're above that now. That's a good sign. That was 66.3. So maintaining that area that's hope for us for Bitcoin, and also hope for altcoins as well. Do we have 66.3? Somehow it looked good. Okay, it is, right? Well, undo it. Put her phone layer right there at the top. Okay, so we are... I thought it said 64.3. It's 66. We got some making up to do to get above there. It looks like we're okay on these candles. Let me go to the Christmas tree candles. They kind of read a little different over here. Well, is that going to throw your adjustment out? No, if I stick with my same candles when I'm doing my analysis, it does not. If you guys don't use Heikin-Ashi candles, it's a thing of preference, but if you are a pattern trader or even a momentum trader, they're great. They definitely help take the noise out, and they just help you see a little bit more clearly, I believe. And I would say it owes a big part to my system. We can do the regular candles, and sometimes with the phone apps I don't have my Heikin-Ashi candles. One thing that is kind of cool about the Heikin-Ashi candles is that, you know, when you get your nice solid runs and stuff, on the Christmas tree candles, is it up, down? Is it reversing? You got green, red, green, red, green, red. And Heikin-Ashi, we just kind of keep them mostly, unless it's, you know, a particularly bullish can or bearish candle. Mostly we're keeping you the same colors there. I like that. A lot easier to draw trend lines here, a lot less noisy. It's easier to read the candles, I believe, because you can see the set buy and sell pressure just by the wicks alone. Says a lot right there. So Bitcoin on the 1 hour, approaching into this nice red Ichimoku cloud. Looking like we're going to try to test, you know, the $65,000 area, maybe up as high as 65,300. Might be on the radar, might be if we're hopeful. This was our first trend that we started going to. Now there's a good chance we can just bounce right up to the top of it. We lost that little bugger, and now we're trying to figure out what our new one is. So, rule of thumb that I go by, I draw a top trend, and now we seem to be getting a breakout above it, and we're above the non-moving average. I always love to see that. If I'm ever looking for a breakout, I don't plan on buying one unless I know that we're going to have some candles starting to move above that non-moving average. Usually kind of lines up on those setups. So now this may be our bottom, so might we just drag this little guy over here and have our new trend line? That's what we're trying to go with there, and if it is by chance our new trend line, whether it's temporary or a little bit more permanent, we'll drag it up here, and my, it seems to have some sort of respect over here with these tops. So might that be a way that we could look for an area where Bitcoin might go just shy of 65? Ichimoku Cloud kind of agrees with that area, and I'm just going to follow the little trend lines here and wonder if we can do that in the next few candles, if we might get a strong move up there. That would be cool. Not saying that that would happen, but there is always hope, or we could just crash and burn like it looked like it wants to do right now. I'm not expecting it to. I went to the 15-minute over here, just snuck that one in there. Look, it's cat ears. We're going to die. It's going to fall. If this trend line breaks, then I don't see anything good coming, you know, or it's not going to be purty for a while. Either stagnant and slow, or we're coming down. But that trend line holds. That's all I'm looking for, baby. Hold that trend line, Bitcoin. Give us something on this weekend. Let those whales pump this Bitcoin price to the upside. Here on the 4 hour, this is kind of serious right here. In my personal opinion, this is probably the chart to watch. Wow. On the 4 hour, we are struggling trying to get back above the 800 moving average. On this particular time frame, this is extremely key. Okay, so we're here at this make or break moment here on the weekend. I'm not surprised. When did this start? This started on Friday? I always look for them to put us at a break or make moment, but I just didn't notice it until right now. It's on this time frame that you can see the 800 there. That's that's a big deal. Being below that 800 on any time frame is a big deal. You would rather avoid that at all costs. But it looks like we're trying to regain it. We also have our other moving averages on this 4-hour time frame. This one's a great one to track for this, I believe. We got Miss Lucy up here. Oh, Miss Lucy's been up there. I didn't notice that. Thank you for hanging out, Lucy. Take you off now. You've been the star of the show for too long. But 800, 600, 200, all of our bigger momentum, the force. This trade is ultimately going this way. We're not about to stop it on a dime, okay? We are not about to stop it on a dime. So it's likely to just keep going in that direction and probably touch a couple of these guys on back up here somewhere around 66, 67. We got that going for us. That can be a possibility. Well, let's hope so, because we don't want it to keep on coming down. But that should help bring us back up to these areas, is what I'm trying to say. The momentum is up there, so I like that aspect on this chart. Stochastics are kind of topped out a little bit, but you know that's a little, you know, we just keep our eyes on that. Now I like the moving average so far, but you know sometimes she look bullish. She's still basically trading sideways, and really, by moving average strategies, this is kind of like this is the no trade zone. So if you're not trading out there, actively trading, maybe you're just kind of sitting back and being cool. Well, you're probably the smart one in the group. You're probably the smartest one in the room right now. That's a pretty dang good strategy when all this kind of stuff goes on. Well, this could also be a rising pattern. Yeah, there's sides. We got to get back above this 800 moving average. That's at 64,423 right now is where it's coming in. We are so close. We just need to go up, you know, about another $50 to move this market, and maybe. But Ichimoku Cloud don't look too happy about it. She looks like she could still drop us down. She's not giving me any sign that she's welcoming this yet at all. But it can change, you know. After all, she's nothing but a shadow of price action anyway, so when you look at it that way, it sounds kind of silly, doesn't it? But you seem to be more lucky when you're on this side of the shadow. That's what we're always aiming for, is to be on this side of the shadow and having a green shadow at that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's see who all we got here. Make sure I got my microphone on, because that would suck. So we got Strega, we got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Go check him out if you hadn't already. What? Hey man, we're giving stuff out. We're giving gold out that people charge thousands of dollars for. We'll just throw it out there. I don't know. Nobody else wants to talk about crypto with me. My wife don't want to. It's like, oh God, is he talking about Bitcoin again? Helen? There's no Helen, but Jackson says, hey dog, QNT please. Hey, we'll take a look at that. I want to take a look at the indices real quick, and then I got QNT big time. Cass and Jasmine pumping today, says Celinda. And was Jasmine? I put Jasmine on my list. I meant to put her on there. But Banana Gun is also doing well. That's what we looked at before here. Sam says, get the tin hat. Mr. Miles, Casper's making him a very happy man. Is Casper going up now? I saw it hanging around 15. Sam Wells, it's crazy how she fits in the never trend line. You're talking about Lucy? Yeah, it is. That's when I saw it as a joke. I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it. So I thought, it's like on a Reddit or something, a subreddit or something like that. I stumbled upon it, or just Googled it, or I can't remember how, but I was like, because every once in a while you'll see that. And you can play around and put whatever value you want to on these moving averages. But as I back test it, it just convinced me, because, and especially for Bitcoin, it's just on whatever time frames. She won't show up on them all because she don't have enough history. But when she starts showing up, it's crazy. It's crazy. So she's become part of the forecast. She seems to get her fingers in everything. At some point, she just seems to get her fingers in everything. So every time your 200 crosses over the 666 moving average, you can just expect the moon to be right behind you. All right, let's go. Let me take a look at our indices real quick over here, just to take a look. Total 3, it looks like she is respecting this area right here. Hopefully finding a bounce there, man. Maybe we'll get that little pullback. We'll come back and come up to this area for a retest and pump our alt bags. But at that point, I mean, I do plan to be paying myself at that point and pulling capital and everything else, just in preparation for a possible bigger drop. Doesn't have to happen, but I don't want to. When it gets up here, everybody's going, we're ready to go to the moon again, yay! and then we can easily come back down here and just continue in this pattern in this channel. Not saying that that's going to happen, but should that happen, I don't want to be riding that down. It's not fun. Listen, folks, this was not fun. This was not fun. And if this presents itself, this will not be fun either. And I'm not taking my chances on it. I'm going to get ready. And what we've been able to do during this time should be back in profit pretty soon there on spot margin than what I've got going on over there, position trading over there. Building some, my Caspa bag is growing. Oh gosh, my AVAX bag is growing over there with this drop. So the dollar's gaining strength here. We're hanging out at 105, Mr. Dollar. And Bitcoin dominance just hanging around here at 55. Double nickels right here. The higher Bitcoin dominance goes up, usually the harder your altcoins are hit, or the weaker they are, the less performance, the less your mileage will vary a lot more to the downside as Bitcoin dominance goes up. And she's turning a nice green candle here on the daily, so yay Bitcoin. But I like it when Bitcoin's pumping though myself. But I would say I want to keep a close eye on this 4 hour. Let me come to a different, maybe a cleaner chart here. Yeah, this one's cleaner. And the same thing, I mean, of course it would be the same thing on all the charts. It should. Be worried if it wasn't. Something similar. So I think that's key thing to look at is reclaiming that 800 moving average. And there's no guarantee that we will. No guarantee that we will. And the Ichimoku Cloud says, not sold. This is not a cloud that says, I'm ready for you to reverse in price and come see me. This is a price. This is an Ichimoku Cloud that says, you better watch your step, buddy. Watch your step. So I would say caution. The good thing we got going on for us in my strategy, by my moving average strategies. Can't call it a 5 moving average strategy if I keep adding more moving averages though. But we are above the 9, and that's the first steps to recovery. Without these larger moving averages, just to give me the insight that I got here, I wouldn't be expecting as much of a chance to move up. It would just, oh my God, they've all flipped bearish, which they have. They've all flipped bearish here. But my bigger ones kind of let me know how bearish we are right now, and we can be if we don't get back above this 800. That's a biggie. That's basically a 200 moving average on a much bigger time frame. Where are you? I gotta find you. I forgot. I can't do the math in my head. Anyway, whatever time frame that is, that would be one to watch too. Anyway, so let's move on and let's take a look at some altcoins. QNT was requested. That was the first one. Also in QNT, you're down at 76 cents. Bless your heart, QNT. You dropped all the way down to 71. I hope we don't see 61. There's still a chance for 70. Still looking for that possibility just because these are fib levels. And fibs get respected. Just like this one got respected as resistance right there when she couldn't hold it. So they'll get respected on one side or the other. Sometimes I look for them to be support when price comes down, but they end up being the resistance. So that's... Well, I can't see that. I don't have a trick for that yet. I just know they's important. And if she falls through, well, this is the next one we'll go on the list there. So maybe $70 might be coming. Gosh darn it. But this should be we'll cross our fingers this is our bottoming area, but you never know until the trend is confirmed. Higher highs, higher lows. Right now in the 4 hour, I'm just watching Lucy cross over the 800, which is like great. Now they're all flipped negative. Yay. What's next? But you know, when the bigger time frames flip, there's always that good pullback chance. So with QNT, sad to say, just seeing this alone is telling me that yeah, even though we can get some pullbacks and stuff, maybe 70 is our bottom. Don't be expected to get like don't be expecting to give above this price level anytime soon. That will be a struggle, and probably a gift to get back up there in the next month or so, in my personal opinion. I'm right there with you though. She has been a disappointment and a lackluster, and it looked like she just had the secret sauce that the institutions were going to be all over. But as we can see, they don't seem to give a damn about QNT and its ISO 8022 whatever narrative that was so hot, and people were doing whole portfolios on those things, which you don't hear much about anymore. How's that XRP doing? Let's also take a look at big time. Well, QNT, the best thing we can do is follow the trend line and hope for it to break. Get above that 9-moving average. I'm on the weekly here. Look how it's respecting that weekly. Wow. You get a little bit more noise on the daily. Might as well just watch her on the weekly though. Unless you're trying to snipe in some good prices now. I still say $70. With a slight possibility of 61.5 coming in as a backup target if she just wants to get a little bearish. If she's just not cranky enough today. So there's always coming back here, coming up, bounce, and then drop. Those are scenarios that can't that way. You see it happen on here. It does that. She likes to go up and bounce. Ichimoku Cloud looks brutal. QNT, what? It's just time, man. It's time. I'm sorry, but it's got to happen. QNT, I hope the last time that we had this talk that you learned from it, that you took my words of encouragement and get off your lazy parasitic ass and start being an earner around here in my portfolio. And it looked like you were going to do it, and I had faith in you. And you even got up to 150, and I, like an idiot, believed you when you said you weren't ever going back. You were never going back, and I believed you. You played me like a junkie, QNT. Not once. I didn't fall for your lies once. I fell for it 3 more times. 5 times altogether I fell for your lies. I could have been out of you at 138. Could have been out of you at 150. And I could have owned you when you dropped back down on the streets. How dare you? Come all the way down here. $81 and pop back up trying to tease us like, oh man, I changed my ways. I saw the light. I'm going. I saw the light. I will change. We'll go to those numbers, I swear. And then you look what you did. Turn right around, stowed everything, hawked it off, sold it, and then look, now you're just back on the streets again. You need Jesus, Q&T. You need Jesus in your life. I'm just saying. Going to watch you wallow around here in the dumps, but you need to get your act together, Q&T. You can do better. Everybody's counting on you. People are dependent on you, Q&T. Straighten your ass up. Take a look at Big Time. Didn't want to say anything from Q&T, but sometimes you gotta be rough with them, kind of talk to them, talk some sense into them. Sometimes it helps. I'm just saying, it sounds weird as crap, but sometimes it helps. Q&T's hard-headed though. She responds a little bit, but she always goes back to the streets, man. She can't get away from that $25 crack. I don't know what it is. Or whatever it is. So there's something keeps pulling her back down. Every time she tries to get up, it's just not right. What the hell's wrong with you, Big Time? Damn, I gotta talk to another one? Jeez. What the hell? Damn it, Bobby. Screw Road Dog's idea. I'm just gonna come down and make a lower low. What? Your Big Time is at 12 cents, and she was almost $1. You got almost a 90% discount on this guy. She's 88% off. Dude, we gotta check this one out. Is Big Time worth holding? I thought this was some kind of proof of work thing, and that's why I was aping in on it, or not aping in on it. That's why I was trading on it. But market cap 118 million, all-time high of 97 cents. Circulating supply is 965 million tokens out of a total supply of 500 billion. She has got a strong sell here on their trader ratings, and let's see what we got on the investors. Kind of neutral, leaning toward buy. Valuation grade 76% underbought at the moment. She's definitely in a good spot to think about it, especially if you're thinking that, hey, she can go back to $1. We can at least maybe 8, 9, 10x from here, or more, maybe if she can get off her ass and do something, right? Fundamental grade is 58%. I like that. Tokenmetrics got some good scores here on the fundamentals, which don't expect me to chase them on this channel. I'm not going to sit here and go through all that boring nerd stuff. We can, but gosh darn it, nobody wants to sit through the boring nerd stuff. We'll go check out and see if they got a cool looking website. They do. We're good. That's all you need. Hey, that is a joke. Okay, that's a joke. They make fun of us. Oh, it's got a good website. It's a good project. Yeah. So, Big Time preseason launch. Get a pass. Redeem a pass. Make a pass. Explore ways to pay. Okay. Really, this is the game about the game. Economy. I know nothing about all this stuff. Tournaments. News. What kind of news you got going on? Big Time, June 17th, Big Time patch notes version 0.30 patch notes. So they did a little upgrade. Well, that's kind of cool. Did it help the price? Big Time, Open Loop Studio Careers, Customer Support Wiki. So we got a game and play that's been to $1. I don't know what these. Where the hell did you get proof of work from? Let's get a little synopsis over here at where we are at CoinMarketCap. It's a multiplayer action roleplay RPG for PC that builds fast combat system with open game economy where players have an active role in generating and exchanging game items. Their approach is to make Web3 elements invisible to players so that they don't represent an obstacle to entertainment and so they will cater to a broader audience. Okay. How is it secured? How is it? Employs multifaceted approach to ensure security and integrity of its in-game economy and data users. Nothing about this is free from work, is it? Why would you think that? It's on Ethereum. So big time. We covered it here for trading. I've never covered it really much for investing. But you gotta admit, she's in a juicy area. It's what I call juicy. She did a full one-on-one. So there's a really good chance this is like so dang close to the bottom. Looks like the bottom was actually coming in at 10 cents. I like this. For me personally, for what I tried to do, this is perfect for position trading. If you're accumulating all through here during the low, and this is definitely a low. This is the best price that we've had to get this sucker since that one day in November 2023 when she dropped. Beyond that, she hadn't been this cheap. Now I'm sure that they've unleashed a lot of tokens, and there's still a lot of tokens to be unleashed, and you got all that stuff. What is the the market cap is 118 million. What's the fully diluted is 600, a little over half a billion. I'm to say that like that just happened. That's nothing. 613 billion. So it's 6x. And that's basically, and we got 4 more times the amount circulating right now that's still out there that will be released through however it's unlocks, investing, and rewards, and whatever might be at play there. I think she's at a good price. So when I pull this from that, it's telling me that this area anywhere under 31 cents is going to be a juicy price. This works awesome for me in finding some really good places to accumulate or formulate an accumulation strategy. Can even nail it down, and it is so gosh darn good at just finding those levels. That's amazing. Probably can snag this one right here, telling us that yes baby, if you can get this guy below 13.5 cents, you're probably going to look like a genius at some point. Just as long as this is not a rug pull, it's just doesn't quit and go out, you're taking a chance. But look at the risk to reward that you got there. That's what I like about these bottom areas. Who was it at requested? Justin? Shout out to Justin. Right? This is actually, I mean, it may be early. The only downside to this is that, and Ichimoku Cloud kind of might support that for a little while. She can stay down here in accumulation for a while, under all these red areas for a long time. But these would make great targets to take profit, or however, they're great those are some really strong places where she should find some strong gas resistance in there on each one of those. This one's got me tempted. So for a trade strategy or a setup or anything like that, this is what I love about this. I mean, you get such a tight stop loss. You can finagle a tighter stop loss. Your risk to reward will be greater down through here. Chances are you will not wick back down here. It would be safe to put the stop loss below that. Now that's kind of steep where we are now. I don't say, I'm not saying enter a trade. Me, I would be nibbling here. For as long as it takes you to do this, you can do a dollar cost average strategy, but try to nail it within these areas for a long-term investment. And I think that is. And let's see, or wait till she gets up above higher highs and higher lows, but that goes, you know, that's different from a position strategy. How many X's can we get back to get to a decent area? About 2 or 3 X. I don't know that she would be the fastest horse in the market or anything, but I mean, the numbers are there to make sense if you're patient. And 12 cents, man. Where's the... I lost your post-it notes, not here. I need post-it notes. This one piques my interest, so I would be, for me, a position trader, or, you know, and if you're hodler, investor, however, well, these are some great areas if you believe in this project. If you believe in this project. But she can't, I can see, so she might still be wanting to come down a little bit. So you might have a chance to get a snag some at 11 cents somewhere through there. Might present itself. What else we got going on? Mr. Miles says you've had your mic on. Congrats. I get lucky every once in a while. Caspa is nearly back to 16 cents. Let's take a look at Caspa. Come on, Caspa. Go, baby. Go, go, go. Oh, it sucks that I didn't accumulate more, but I'll say that a lot this bear market or bull market. Good deal. Good deal. Does that qualify as a... No, it shouldn't qualify. Or does it qualify as a trap? Nah. So, looks like we got a... on the 6 hour. Let's take some of these bigger things off. 6 hour looks good. I like when you can look at on time frame and you see that it's respected the moving averages. Those are usually good ones to look on, and it'll probably, the rest of them will probably be respected very well too. So, I mean, if I look on the 4 hour, I mean, it tells me a little bit a different story. And of course, we need to stay above the 200 on any time frame that we're on. But when I look at a chart and then I can see where a key one has been respected, that I want to start following this chart, because it should spell out things a lot more clear and a lot more beautiful. So bounce off the 200 like the strategy should. We're finding resistance at the 150 moving average strategy or areas over here, not really bouncing through there. So a good chance that for real? You want me to say that out loud? For real? For real? All right. Might get Caspa a little cheaper. just on a corrected pullback, and basically this area is back down here about 15 cents. Might be tested again if we get rejected off these moving. Just going by the 5 moving average strategy, we're rejected off the 5100. We can come back and retest the 921. Just kind of a general rule of thumb on this strategy. So you can kind of come look at the smaller time frames to see if it makes any sense. And right now they're saying, hell no, Road Dog. We think you're full of crap. We have no plans on doing that. We're going parabolic, baby. but eventually the gas runs out on that rocket ship, and then she starts coming back down. So she's got the drive and determination, by gosh, but I don't know. She'll have to have a little parachute back down here, I believe, which is cool because I get to buy more. But nice. This might be I don't know if I can work it into my strategy or not, but what else could change that? So unless, let's try to give some hopium here. The 6 really nailed it, right? So I want to go with the 6 hour. It's for our trend line. So, and it respects it nice on here too. It respects that angle. Really nice with those candle closes. So if she closes, let's put it this way, if she opens a candle above this, maybe she'll do it. And the non-moving average will just keep following right along, and it's going to have a struggle getting too far above that 100 moving average just because the 50 crossed it. So that's kind of, it's throwing salt on its tail, talking shade and everything. They'll kind of have a little argument or whatever through here, and then, you know, and so there's a chance on this time frame says maybe. So, but it's all important about closing and opening. I want to see a candle open above it. Oh, there's our little pullback there on the first. 1 hour still looks really strong though. She might keep. I'd love to see about 16.5 cents get met there. She's getting caught up over here. Nice. I like it. I think Caspa's got a very, very bright future. Pump my bags, Caspa. Pump them. So the last I looked, see, my bag, I did build it up to 100,000 Caspa over on CoinEx on spot margin. And last I looked, I had almost 106, 107,000 of them over there on that position. So it every time it does pull back, that's good because I add, you know, a good 5 or 6% back to that bag. In most cases, if we got something good going on, we're not out of the woods yet, though. But that's a nice bounce off of this trend line here. That's a good sign. That's good. Yeah, I got this going on, and oh, that's even wow. One hour is really nice. Maybe a pullback to 5.5 and try to bounce. Let's hope for that. It got some nice support going on there, but what I got. And even that's a support. Look at that. Horizontal support resist area. There is so much confluence right here. it's all points are, everything is pointing to 15.5 here on this 1 hour time frame. So take that for what you will. If it bounces, that may be where we, you know, find support and decide to go up to 16 or something. I'm for that. Let's come back to the 6 hour where I was saying I'll come back to 15, and it is true. It is true. It all you got to be bouncing and holding that area, or she will slam you down. So that's what the 6 hour says. But there's your hopium on the 1 hour. The shot's there. She'll take it. We can do it. Oh, you just told me it's going to go up and down. And tomorrow I'm going to tell you that I nailed it. There's a big picture scenario and then the smaller picture scenario. The small one might win out. You see what the bigger one says. There's some weight under here on the 1 hour. Let me point that out. If we're trying to kind of finesse this and really tweak the tea leaves and everything. 200 moving average. Hey man, it's great that the 9 and 21 crossed it. Falling price action up there. It looks great. Rocket ship blasting off to the sky and everything. But the 150 are still down there, and that's the lead weight. The sandbag that's going to pull us back down. They can pull us back down. Can pull it back down. if for some reason a lot of orders and money comes in and price keeps going up, all these moving averages will just follow them and flip bullish. So it all depends on what price does. But nice setup for something that could happen that way. Cool. Check out Jasmine. Jasmine looking a one on the 1 hour. That's nice. If she can get above the 200 moving average there, that will be, well, that makes her bullish at that point. That's just well, that's the rule of thumb. Can't tell what's my line and what's a moving average. So, why does this zoom out so we can get rid of all this noise? Here on the daily chart. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. All right. I see what you're doing. I see what you're up to. Ichimoku Cloud looking kind of sneaky, like she wants to help this one make a break for it. Really? You're going to do that to me, Jasmine? You're just going to come down and just not cross my trend line and give me a good deal? You're just going to flip-flop and reverse here around the 200 or the 50 moving average area? Getting some rejection over here in the 9, so I always need to flip that 9. Will we kind of range here until we get enough momentum to get up there? Well, let's go to the 4 hour and figure it out. Well, look, Helen. The 50 moving average was going to kamikaze dive that 200, but for now, the candle price came up and now it's second guessing. She's thinking about turning away. It's like somebody farted in her face and she's going to run away and act like she doesn't know anything about it. I think they just got crop dusted, is what I think. Well, it appears that Bitcoin may be Jasmine may be getting crop dusted here by the 50 moving average. Will that make the price turn around and go back, or are we going to keep going and just plow through it? Oh, Lord. It's a good chance. We are in one of these patterns. This pattern does have a 70% chance to break to the upside. To the upside. No, for real, for real. It really does. The only catch is that a lot of times, instead of just going left like that, she gets what they call a partial decline, so like a double bottom area. An area where she doesn't fall and meet the bottoming anymore, kind of. Yeah. So we might see that out of Jasmine too. So is there something on Total 3 saying that we're going to get a pullback or something? I'm seeing something going on the altcoins. It seems to be saying something. So if I start seeing altcoins start saying some similar things, I'm like, well, let's go check out Total 3 and see what it's saying. Just to see if we can see any kind of surprises that maybe we wouldn't notice otherwise. On the 4 hour, Total 3 is above the 9 moving average. I like it. Try to reclaim the 21. That would be awesome. Be awesome if to see those moving averages cross bullishly. Would like that. That would be cool. So if we are, is this a breakout? We might have a... Where's the volume? Where's the volume? This got no volume. How can you have a breakout if you don't have your volume? You can't have your breakout if you don't have your volume. How can you have any? It would definitely be helpful to see some volume come up there, just to show, hey man, there's people actually interested in making these altcoins number go up. Instead of sellers just kind of pulling back, maybe some actual interest to push up the price. I don't know, that would be cool. But, you know, that's just something. So, there is this green line, which should be a Fibonacci area. There's some resistance. I'm looking at this 50 moving average, okay? We can get above, this might be what I'm seeing on the altcoins, where we're kind of getting a bump up and then we have a little pullback. Or maybe this something, a point of rejection soon is what some of the altcoins were saying. So that might be what we're seeing on Total 3. Just throwing that idea out there. So it's a 4 hour. How are we looking on the daily? Oh, daily says you needs to reclaim that 200 moving average. I didn't even know you were there on the daily. That's a big deal. That's got up a big deal. Yeah, we need that. We need to pump up. So would you find your resistance on the 9? Are you going to go sideways above that 200 moving average? Looks like we might see a little spike pump out of altcoins, and let's hope that we can hold a price candles above that 200 moving average. If we do that, we might have a nice little recovery. Then I would be looking for, yes, I'm loud. Thank you. The pullback that I wanted here. We may be finally getting it over this next week, hopefully. How far does this come up? 21st, 23rd, 24th, 20, whatever, 26th. Might the relief rally be in store if we can get total 3 above that 200 moving average? Maybe that would be good. I'd like that. Can we go with that? Can we do that, Bitcoin? Please, please, please. The 1 hour looks interesting. Still below the 200 moving average on total 3. Look at that Adam and Eve double bottom to the upside. Maybe that's not really confirmed or anything yet. Right now, it just looks like a dangle and a. I don't know what that is. You gotta. I'm not even sure what. That's a dangler. I don't really want to look at danglers. I want to look at. Speaking of danglers, how about banana gun? Was that a segue? Does banana gun going into the banana zone? Are we going to start using all the latest buzzwords now to look cool? I've heard some people using those buzzwords again. Look, it's going to banana zone right up to the. I'm like, oh, stay hip, my man. Stay hip. It looks good. I've got some banana gun that I'm just like, could this be a double top? Or are you going to just go to the moon? Would I be stupid for taking profits here? No. Which, I mean, yeah, I've got target $67, but I also have a take profit plan that I'm getting behind on because of how sucky your altcoins have been doing in this market. It's messing up my take profit plans. I'm supposed to be pulling out so much on an average every day and every week, and when we're going down, I'm not. And like, no bueno for me plan. I need to get paid, baby. Y'all is messing with my money. Joe Biden, stop this bullcrap. Two hour looks kind of cool for banana gun. Machi, you still got. Are you headed up there? I've got a target where? Where's that target? 67. Oh, it's a 127 too. Dang, I've been waiting for that little sucker. That was for this move, right? Yeah. Alrighty, so banana gun, still waiting for my targets to get hit, basically. If only Unibot could have such a break, because that's the other little trading guy, and they had some problems. Something didn't quite go through with them and Solana. I've fallen out. Yeah, they took a big nosedive. This thing was up to $159. And now look at her. Think she'll never make a comeback? Don't know. I just know that she's at a bottom price. Either it's gonna fail or something. The team had integrity, though. The reasons for not going with Solana, it was based on integrity. So I remember they earned my respect with what they were doing there. Because I think there was something shady that the Solana devs were trying to do. I don't know. Some kind of... They stood their ground on the principles. I can't remember the details of the story, but I remember that was my decision. I was like, okay. Got my eye on Unibot. 870. Is she at a bottom? I don't know. Joe says Casper is moving 3.7 billion market cap. Crypto 420 said, hey, how's it going, man? Buying Casper now is like buying ETH at $80. Man, that was a good price for ETH. I bought some there and then I sold it like later, like 210 or something crazy. Sometimes your trader mentality is not the smartest mentality. Or, I mean, it's great for you don't have your bigger vision goggles on. You're just out there going, made my gains. Now, I would say the last market, I was in trading groups and everything, trying to help me walk through this and everything, but nobody pulled me aside and really told me about, hey man, you probably want to have some hodl back. You know, nobody told me that I wanted to do that, to make sure I did that. It's pretty much just, let's talk about trading, in and out, and this chart, and this chart. And like, so a lot of my times I was trying to get in on those, and some of them turn into hodl bags because, especially if you're new, well, if you're not so lucky as a trader, you end up being an investor. So as a new person that's trying to venture into trading versus just holding long-term and investing or DCA or anything like that, which I highly recommend you try it. But there's nothing wrong with that because you will make good money just doing those strategies by yourself. If they're not freaking getting emotional and buying tops anyway. But I remember, you know, making a play and some of them work out, some of them wouldn't, and then you'd try to rotate the next hot thing and maybe it would work and maybe it wouldn't, and it was just... I've come to believe if you're going to be a trader mindset, you need to be more systematic. You can't be so... You got to have some kind of systematic system to grow that portfolio. You can't just kind of wing it. It is difficult, especially when you get futures in. I'm just talking about spot or maybe some low leverage spot margin. When you get futures in, that just gets, well, that's not where you need to be trying to build your big portions of your trades anyway on that. That will, well, they are there to take your money and they're very good at it if you haven't noticed. I do find futures to be a good challenge to keep me always trying to sharpen my skills, though. I do find that. Mr. Miles says Casper is in the top 10 in a coin, in my opinion. But will the rest of the market agree? I think it will. Joe says Ton's also moving. Mr. Miles says Ton pisses me off. Casper's better. Why isn't it where Ton is? Ton had its ups and downs too, man. SEC came after Ton, was it last cycle? When I heard about it last cycle, I thought, oh, that's cool. I want to get some of that. And I was like, oh, well, they just squashed that idea. Because Telegram's a cool app, man. It just is. What is it, 7? Ooh, nice. Bouncing off the old trend line. I'm on the 2-hour time frame. Some people swear by the 2-hour time frame. Just throwing that out there. Sometimes I look at it, but I mean, I've heard some people just kind of swear that, hey, man, that's a really good one to track stuff on. I just share that information, take with it, and try it out. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. I take it for granted going through all these time frames, but there's part of me that's got to be some more people than I feel like that comes on here. What the hell is he doing with all these time frames? Because I think I forget. Even when I first came to trading, I thought you just picked one time frame and stuck with it. No, man. All these time frames tell you, they give you so much information, man. From weighing it from the bigger time frames to the smaller time frame, they paint out the picture of what's happening. So it's cool if you go from time frame to time frame. Of course, it depends on what your trading style is too, about what time frame you use. That's a given. Just throwing out some of the basic stuff, so I got to do that because this started out as a teaching channel, so we just throw out. I just like to throw out some of the basic stuff and information. Some people haven't heard it. Some people have. Most of you guys, I think, are. You probably do just as good of a job doing your own version of TA as I do. Y'all probably are familiar with TA. Y'all been in the game. Y'all You got the cojones to be in this market when nobody else wants to be here. So you guys are the true cream of the crop, in my personal opinion. That's what I think. You guys got the smarts up here, you know, to get in before all the big money starts coming in. Yeah. They'll get all the institutions in, and then they're gonna FOMO too. That's gonna be kind of cool. And then we get all the retail coming in the end. Yeah, that's when we get the blow off tops and stuff. It's gonna be crazy. They're even talking about another super cycle. Yeah, we got left and forwarded cycles. We got left and righty, Republican and Democratic swayed cycle. This is crazy. We're shifting left and shifting right. We got all kinds of ideas out there. It's going to get crazy. Go Ton. I like Ton. I want to see Tunder's at $9 target is what I want to see. The blue one's a measure move. The green one, I forgot. The red one should be a 127. Because I always make them red. It's the color of death. Because I plan on cutting your throat. I don't know. I make it red. I don't know why I make it red. But it's always red. I like what I'm saying. We wanted to channel it out. It doesn't make a pretty channel though, so that's why I don't know it. But that kind of has some, but it doesn't take this into account. I like that though. Come on, Ton. I've got Ton going on. I've been over 2 years. I've been talking about the Ton back when it was $1.50, $1.60, and man, she stayed that way for like a year and a half. Didn't do anything. So it was nobody really cared about my Ton videos. They're like, Ton sucks. Ton, it sucks. And I'm like, but it's Telegram's coin, and they're going to do something. That was my thesis back then. Is Telegram? They're the crypto OG platform. There's some smart dudes that just got sidetracked or derailed by the SEC, and now they got things in line. This will probably go somewhere. So I've been in Ton since a long time ago. Long time ago. When Ton was just very cheap. Where was it? It was around, yeah. Oh, I was back here. Oh, it was shortly after she launched. Okay, right. That's following it shortly after she launched. I remember it was fall of 2022. And she was hanging there 160, and just stayed there forever though. Got down cheap 135. That's how long did you get here? 99? I missed that one. Wasn't looking at time back then, I guess. Good old Ton coin. Jackson says, "Thank you, dog. Can't think. Okay, taking any step before watching your night show." Appreciate you, Jackson. Sam says Q&T. We did Q&T, then we did big time. Slinda says big time will rip when gaming comes back. I think so. I think it's at a good place. 12 cents. Unless there's something going on, you know, do your homework, do your research. Check the news on Twitter, all that good kind of stuff. Make sure there's nothing unlocks and schedules, and just to safeguard yourself. But yeah, it looks like it's in a nice place. Crypto 420s think so too. Big news with Marathon Digital mining Caspa now as well as Bitcoin. Really? Oh, that says a lot right there. They picked a coin to go with as well. Man, I'm way behind in the chats. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Lol, you had your mic on. Lol. I saw a commercial or something where somebody was reading the emoji or something. It was kind of a Dumb and Dumber vibe. Lol. I don't know. It's stuck in my head ever since then. Looked at Jam Geo lately. Last time I looked at it, it was suffering. Oh, nice bounce. What are we on, the 4 hour? Nice. I must have looked at her over here somewhere when she looked like she was dying. They look so bad. They look like they're dying. I try not to get a bias when I'm looking at the coin and she's getting real low like that. I try, but it's easy for a bias to get on anybody. But I've seen other YouTubers, you know, when a price for a coin just comes down at the bottom and it's like, I wouldn't touch that. No, well, this one, not. You know, it's that same, it's that psychology of what always happens. Like, oh, it's down at the dirt. Don't want to touch that. It's dirty. It's it's unclean. But when it turns around, then that's the perfect, usually the places that you do want to touch them is when you start feeling like, ugh, makes me sick to even think about it. Yeah, that's when you need to put on the latex gloves and just reach your hands down there, grab it, and just throw it in the bag. Just throw it in the bag. It's weird how even and Solana did that to me. I was like, I don't want to touch Solana. That's a dirty coin. Sam Bankman-Fried's sweat all over it. I don't want to. Yeah. $8 just came and went. When it got back to 18 or 20, I you know, kind of realized a little bit of the errors of my way. I was like, all right, well, looks like we got something going on. Looks like that was the buy. Still wish I bought more there. But it felt so much like buying the top. Don't buy the top. That's a rule. I owe to everything there is a season. Right now, it looks like it's jam season to come up here to about, what, 0.002184. This 200 moving average area looks kind of nifty. There's also a trend line going on. I don't know. It doesn't look like it belongs here for any reason whatsoever. So, what's up? Was I drinking that night? Was that the night we did ayahuasca in the jungle? That was ayahuasca night, wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? You guys, that was crazy. The charts came alive and spoke to me in 3 different languages, including Slytherin. That looks suspect as hell right there. What is going on here? Don't bust the bubble. Well, I'm not going to say that I got this trip, or do I? No. It's interesting how that trend line, which cuts through this part, and now this part, that's finding resistance on that. Is it showing respect for that angle? The angle now is obviously resistance, so can we get above that resistance angle? Otherwise, this is a great place to at least temporarily pay yourself for jazz, or to jam. Let's think of it this way. Let's take this moment into consideration. Now Ichimoku's gonna, don't worry about her right now. But let's take this scenario into consideration. If you've been in this guy, maybe you've been underwater, maybe you're above water right now in this guy, you're doing all right, took the trade. And if you pay yourself a little bit here and she comes down, you're gonna feel really good about it. But what if it keeps going up? If it goes up, buy more. You're safeguarding yourself. You're just safeguarding yourself. You've got most of your bag anyway. You just added back in on hopefully a pullback, because you know they come, right? The price don't always just go straight up. She always pulls back when we don't want her to. It looks like she ain't going to do it. You're seeing that candle. You're like, that's going to keep going. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. I just bought some and now it stopped. Yeah, those candles are, they'll get you. Them green ones bite you. Those red ones, though, they can get you too, though. Just to be fair, all those candles can bite you. I like the red ones, though, but they can make you bleed. They can cut deep. They can. This looks nice. I still think that is a great area right here to pay yourself. I'm just saying. It is also, after you pay yourself and it goes back up and it retests that same area, that's a good area to take that same money and jab back in if you want to. Or a higher high if you wanted to, but at least you know. If she comes in back here to this number, you got a lot more. Nice start on the moving averages, crossing over the 200 there. Doesn't mean that the rest of them will follow. They might. Let's hope that it does. If not, there might be a pullback. Just like, or we go to the moon. Go to the moon. We always want to go to the moon. Always choose to go to the moon. I guess, right? Well, that's where the money is. On the moon. 618 is telling us that this little area looks kind of juicy at 0.0024. Went through a little yellow trend line right there, a little yellow line there. Not really a trend line, is it? Target line. Jasmine looks like she's trying to come back into and respect this area. If she does, it's extremely bullish, but if she doesn't, this is what we call a bearish retest, and the number could even come down lower, technically. It doesn't mean it will. Nice, Jasmine. She got up to about 0.004. That was nice. If you do your Fibonacci's, you should get, what is it, an 886 retracement? Little. It's respecting the 886 now in the second dump. It actually went lower. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. There's a chance. There's a chance this trend line might be broken to get back, but it's still a good place to pay yourself. You said pay yourself about 15 times in the last 3 minutes, Road Dog. Have I? Have I? I might have said pay yourself. I want to check this guy out because I think we looked at him. We talked about him one night. We talked about some meme coins and some of them tanked. They weren't my picks, but I did actually. I'm talking like, what was it, like $10 or something in them? Because I don't trust meme coins, especially new ones, as far as I can throw them, but I do want to gamble with them a little bit, so I use tiny amounts. And the last I looked, I think it was like $1. Hoppy, I think, has been doing okay. That one's showing up on Tokenmetrics. So I think it had a good day today, right? Oh, Hoppy, after you fell from grace, now you're trying to save face. Can you do it, Hoppy? Can you make a comeback? I would love to see Hoppy come back at 0.000069. Hit the 69. Duh. Why wouldn't it? It's a meme coin. Come on. The fact that it's even a Fibonacci target is just hilarious to me right now. I don't know why, but it is. It is. Go, Hoppy. Do the Humpty Hump. Gonna call you Humpy. Humpy. Now I got this trend line that I got to put down here. Well, because we got a bottom. So, and I want to look for a channel. Have you got one? Oh, look, we got something. We got one of these diagonal support resistance kind of thingy things going on. But will we not get the 69 Humpty Hump? I'm going to be disappointed if we. I'm not even in this coin, so I don't think. Unless my Degen slipped it in there. You better not. But I'm still curious. The Hoppy's going to be Humpy, the 69. Something in area. Let's come down and see what you guys are talking about. Joe says, love being around good people. Everyone here, just know that you are my favorite. Mr. Miles says, when Casper breaks 20 cents, it's going to explode. Is it going to break then explode, or is it going to explode and break? I hope that happens. I hope it happens soon. Man, I'm tired, dude. Man, it's been 2 years waiting for these numbers to go up, and we're so close, and then the altcoins start falling out beneath us. And I'm just Road Dog getting impatient. Let's see, let me come all the way back down here so not missing the latest things. Joe says, Road Dog has an amazing community. I got some good people and cool people. I've never had a problem with trolls or anybody coming in being mean here or in the Telegram group either. We had a flurry of the mean people come in one time, and that was interesting. But it turned out they were cool. And they came in, they were flooding the chat, you know, like they do, and it's like making chaos where we're just kind of chill and vibe. And then once they realize that, they're, oh, we're cool. Hey, man. And it turned out to be a cool project. It's called Floki Safe Moon. Just a little Binance coin over there. They're just, but we featured them. I've played them. I've still got some of it. I've just been playing them a little. Couple $100 there over there. It just made me some BNB. But I don't know. That was the only thing that came in, and they were cool. They were actually cool and respectful. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of hate things. I know I've had a few videos that came out and somebody made a comment, well, that held like a bag of milk, and I was like, well, touche. Yes, that did not happen as planned. Everything doesn't always happen as planned. But yeah, I think we got a good community, and they interchanged. And some of you guys came from other good communities like Charting Crypto, Crypto Chester, and of course Joe. Lots. Having trouble thinking of other places right off the top of my head, but don't forget to smash the like button on the way in. Appreciate that. Okay, I think I'm caught up with the things you guys are directing toward me. If they're happening, you need to repeat it so I'll catch it. I think the big guy for Road Dog and Joe, the alpha that they demonstrated, helped me immeasurable. Hey, that's cool. That's all we're trying to do. Just we know how it was. Know what it's like to be broke. It's not cool to be broke. I know I've had money. I've not had money. I've had money. I've lost all that money. I've not had any money again for a while. Remembered how bad that sucks. And then you have money again, and you're like, it's your life. And you don't have to have millions and millions and millions, although it does look like crypto has a tendency to kind of give you that rock star bank account if you stick with it and play it. You get those rock star numbers, or can. Especially if you got a trading group that you shield. That's the quickest way to get the rock star numbers, I think. Well, you can be the rock star trader. I forgot what the hell I was saying. Mr. Miles says Road Dog is too antisocial to have a meetup. Interesting. Not antisocial, but introverted. But yet I can deal with public, but for short windows. It zaps my energy to be around lots of people. But I can recharge. So, but no, it wouldn't be me alone orchestrating it. I would put it that way. That would never happen. But if it were orchestrated and I were to be there, then yeah, I could be cool for a while. A good 4 hours. Maybe 4 hours. 2 would be plenty. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to Bitcoin Nashville, go back home. It's at home. Bitcoin finally at home, and I'm not at home. Justin Crypto says, I feel like Binance and Coinbase will be forced to list once Marathon Digital starts mining. Oh, Caspa, forced to list Caspa. That would be cool. They would have to buy up a bunch, or maybe they're in the process of doing it now. Exchanges have got to start looking at it soon and take it seriously, and get their fingers in it. Get their stockpiles. That should help. I'd say a lot of them probably already started it. All right, let's see. There are a couple more that I want to check. Do I want to check them here? Let's do this real quick. I keep going past my time. I'm like, nobody wants to watch a 2-hour stream, and somehow they just turn into it. I don't know how it gets here. It doesn't seem like 2 hours. It seems like 30 minutes. I started at 10:30 and it's now 12. So looking at Brett, 14.6 cents. And she hit a high of 19.6 somewhere through there. Is she flagging out? She might be. Flags can do good. They are not my number one pattern to go to. I'm always skeptical when it comes to any kind of flags, just because I fell for that so many times. When maybe they turn out to be a double top to the downside. They just can. And then you got all these crazy, which this is technically, if it is a bull flag pennant, when it gets a breakout, this is actually the correct way to pull this measure move. Put it at the bottom of the trend line. I'd argued against that for so long, but I'm just following Bukowski's methods because, well, he's been so accurate for me so far. So a lot of my style, a lot of it comes from Thomas Bukowski, my pattern trading stuff. You know, the fib stuff comes from other places. You just kind of put things together. It's a big smorgasbord. Borg. Why don't you just say a buffet? It's a big buffet. You just kind of put what you want on your plate, what works for you. Find a system that works for you and just wash, rinse, and repeat. You get used to the market and get used to how Bitcoin moves and cycles and things like that. You pick up the little stuff, all these little extra things over the time that you're in it. And your experience your experience will be the biggest thing helping you there. Just your time and experience with it. You get past all those emotional things where there was a time, man, I'd be trying to make a trade. I don't even have my phone out here. That's so unlike me. I guess this is going to be our phone. There was a time I'd be on my phone trying to make a trade and I'd just be shaking. I couldn't even type the numbers in. I'm trying to buy. I can't even do anything because my adrenaline and emotions are just at a peak. And you know, it hadn't been a green candle, or why would I have been shaking trying to get into it? So I remember those days before I started making money. That was actually at the first of it, when I was trying to get used to the size of trades I'd be in. I'd take bigger trades than I'd never be in before I'd just nibble. Well, then you say, well, I'm going to put more than just 50 bucks in this. Oh my God, I got $300 or $400 on this trade and I'm just freaking. You have a small account, maybe you want to have a $600 account. I remember those days. I remember first coming in, I'm like, I don't want to put more than $500 in this market because I don't know how it's going to do or how well I'm going to do in it. So just feed it a little at a time. I was never convicted enough to say that I had $10,000 just to put it all in crypto at that time. It's not a problem for me now. No, I'm like, oh, I want all my money in crypto. As much as I can get, which freaks some people out. What are you doing here, Road Dog? I think I'm doing. Oh, we were doing the measurement here. That's what it was. Might we be in a channel? It's not enough touches there to confirm this to me. But it's just probably there. You might be able to fudge on this one because might be a little bit of a support resistance flip there. I like the channel idea myself. I'm just going to slide her back up here. See if we can bounce up to the top here somewhere. I'll just go straight up and maybe over one, and we just track that for this little method. Because she can touch the top of the trend line. She's done it before. She can probably do it another time or two. Which makes a nice little come up for Brett. if it starts going in that direction. She's trying to reclaim the non-moving average. Breaking out of this, being above the 9 would be some triggers I would look for. This is just on the daily. I would come to a smaller time frame to kind of really nail in my thesis on how to enter. Is there some caution on here? There might be some caution on this one. Might want to take it a little more carefully, a little bit more cautious there. Looking for signs on the 1 hour to give me an indication. Would this be the breakout that I'm looking for? Bubba, you needs to be, because we're running out of wiggle room. Oh look, is that a shoulder, a penis, and another shoulder? What are you doing, sir? Please remove that from the betwixt your shoulders. That is not where that goes. Didn't see that coming, did you? Shoulder, penis, and a shoulder dangle and shoulder. To the upside. Might it be? Guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back again tomorrow night. It's 12 o'clock. It's time for me to turn into a pumpkin, but it's been real. It's been fun. Has it been real fun? I don't know. You have to decide. Hope you come back and see me again, though. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Share this content if you want to, because, gosh, there's 2 hours worth of it's got to go somewhere. Thanks for hanging out. Rats exploded, says Celinda. Oh, I'm sitting here seeing a rat, an actual rat exploding in my head. No, I get you. So it looks like let's take. Are we getting a nice pump on altcoins? We need it, man. We need some relief. We need a relief rally on altcoins. I hope we get it. I hope we get it. I hope that I'm seeing that right, that we might have a chance for that. I really do, because I need that too. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, the Lord's Day. Go visit God, say hello to him, give him a little whistle. Everybody needs Jesus, my opinion, but you don't have to have it. We love you. But see you tomorrow night, guys. Is he ever going to say goodbye? I can't find the button. There's the end screen. Notice how suave we end the show.
Come on.
So smooth.
Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to
Blimey.
every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice.
My fellow Kryptonaires.
Make it to the finish
I like that
line.
word.
Now, if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up.
Good brown gravy. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Hey, you got the little alien. Awesome.
Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets.
Good night, guys.
Good night, John boy. Promise you're the same. Running for the magic.